Welcome back to Three Bold Takes, guys. We're doing our pick'ems for week 8. We're going to do 6 games split up into different videos. Tell you what we got for this week. And we're going to do an update on the records right now, guys, or we're going to hold off for another week.
We can do an update on the records if you want to. Do you want
I
to,
don't,
Quinn?
I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
Well,
I know I'm at the bottom.
we'll go from top to bottom. I'm in first with a 20-13 record. Freddie has broke 500 and is 17-16, and then Quinn, you're at 15-18, brother. We hope you can.
I know. Hey, it's actually growth. Believe it or not, it's growth. I
It
started
is
off really bad.
right.
You did. You did. All right, so 6 o'clock matchup. I believe it's on ESPN. We have 13 Ole Miss traveling to the Plains at night and playing the unranked Auburn Tigers that is 0-3 in conference play. Ole Miss comes in as a 6.5-point favorite with a 77% chance to win according to ESPN FPI. Chase, lead us off again, brother.
Yeah, this one's weird to me. Since 2015, Ole Miss has only won twice against Auburn. One of those times came last year, the other time in 2015. So Auburn's actually dominated this matchup in the last little less than a decade. But however, if you look at the stats from Auburn's side, Peyton Thorne has only thrown over 100 yards 3 times this season. And against Texas A&M, he threw for 44 yards. That is asinine. That's crazy to me. He threw 282 against Samford, but then he threw like 102 in the win against UMass and then like 104 just like last week or 114, something like that. I understand why Michigan State even said, I don't want this kid. And if you can't perform in a Hugh Freeze offense throwing the ball, then I don't know what you're doing. So I'm actually going to go Ole Miss here. My first thought was Auburn. You're playing in Jordan Hare. I think the defense usually steps up, but Auburn's lost 3 straight, 2 on the road, and then lost to Georgia, of course, at home by 7. I think Ole Miss comes in and they got to find their resurgence. They got to find a little bit of what makes their offense go. And I hopefully think that they find that here against Auburn. So I think Ole Miss is going to go in. Lane Kiffin's going to win for the 3rd time in 9 years in Auburn against their former head coach. Quinn?
Remind me again, what time's the game?
6 o'clock.
All right. I don't know, man. This sounds scary. Ole Miss has a trope of coming into the state of Alabama, and they just forget to play football. Like, they go into Tuscaloosa, look like garbage, and then the killer is they'll go into an Auburn team who's not that good, and they'll just play sloppy, ugly football. It's also at night, and normally I wouldn't be like, oh, Auburn's going to get up for Ole Miss at night. I wouldn't say they would. However, there is an aspect to this game, which is that Hugh Freeze is the coach at Auburn. Statistically, there should be no question who wins this game. It should be Ole Miss. And if Ole Miss is the team that I think they are, they win this game. But I also know Auburn's always good for some crazy win, usually. I'm pulled both ways, but ultimately I'm going to I would stick with. Oh man! Now you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna take Auburn. I think Auburn upsets Ole Miss, hurts the Ole Miss season, and the trope continues. I think this is what. I think this is the game they slip up.
Wow. Coming into this week, coming into last week, between LSU and Ole Miss, I thought Auburn would split the two. I think they would lose one and win the other, whichever one that was. Obviously, they got beat pretty bad, 48-18 against LSU last week. Auburn's 0-3 in the conference. I predicted, I think, at the beginning of the year, I think they would win one SEC game all year. So I'm not too far off, actually. This is their win. They're beating Ole Miss at home at 6 o'clock. I'm probably going to get this wrong, and I thought, honestly, I'd be the only one picking Auburn here. But I'm going to side with Quinn, and I think Auburn gets it done. Lane Kiffin, he has one really quality win in his coaching career, like big win, big win. And that came against LSU a couple weeks ago. But I don't think he gets this one at Auburn at the Plains. So give me Auburn to win this game. And honestly, I'm not confident about it whatsoever. But I'm going to choose it.
And real quick, what a tough SEC start for Auburn. At Texas A&M, home against Georgia. At LSU, home against Ole Miss. That's tough.
Yep.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to this week's predictions for the upcoming games in the college football schedule. Make sure you check out all 6 of them. We got them all up on the YouTube page. I'm Quinn. I'm with Chase and Freddie. We're out.